Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. That's right. I'm doing today's show in my Santa hat because I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm in the Christmas mood. Excited to talk to you all today. We're looking at Baltimore's path to the number 2 seed in the playoffs, okay? So, a couple weeks ago, right, we didn't think this was very possible. It didn't look like it was very possible, right? Things were looking grim, especially after that loss against the Eagles. But if you just get a few things to go right over these next couple of weeks, it can happen. Let's talk about it. Before we do, I got a Christmas wish list for you. You know what? I'm going to take the hat off. It's making my head hurt. Now we're good. We're locked in. I got a Christmas wish list for you guys here. My wish is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment what's on your Christmas wish list, okay? I know you guys want to give your favorite YouTube host a Christmas present. Well, if you want to do it and you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead, subscribe right now. Join us. We are the best place to be for all your Ravens news, rumors, all of that right here. So as of right now, the Ravens' odds based on their playoff seeding go as followed. They have a 2% shot to get the 2 seed. So they stay very slim. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Then they have a 51% chance to get the number 3 seed. So, honestly, that's pretty solid. That's where you want to be. That means you win the division. And then they have a 10% shot to get the 4 seed and a 37% shot to get that 5 seed, which is, ironically enough, where they sit right now. I got a question for you guys, though. What seed do you think the Ravens end up with? Let me know in the comment section down below. This will be the pinned comment on today's YouTube video. YouTube might throw you an ad break in just a couple of seconds. And when that happens, take advantage of it. Scroll down the comment section, find this pinned comment, and give me your answer. So the AFC playoff picture right now looks like this. Kansas City Chiefs, they're on top of it at that 1 seed, sitting at 14-1. Funny enough, though, they don't have the division clinched just yet, right? The Bills still have a chance to get that 1 seed. And then in the 2 seed, you got the Bills. 3 seed, you have the Steelers. I know we're tied with the Steelers. They so far have the tiebreaker over us. 4 seed, Houston Texans at 9-6. Then you look at the wild card. Baltimore is the only team in the wild card that has locked down a playoff spot. We're sitting at 10-5. And then 2 same records at that 6 and 7 spot with the Chargers and the Broncos. However, the Ravens have head-to-head over both of those teams. So how did Week 16 fare for each of these teams in the AFC? Well, Chiefs beat the Texans. Bills barely beat the Patriots. And kind of looking back on that, kind of wish the Patriots would have pulled that one out. All of you know the Steelers lost to the Ravens. Texans lost to the Chiefs. Chargers beat the Broncos. Broncos, of course, lost to the Chargers. And then the Colts beat the Titans in a barn burner, 38-30. What does Week 17 look like for each of these teams? Well, Chiefs on the road against the Steelers, Christmas Day. That one's tomorrow. Bills are going to play the Jets. Steelers are going to play the Chiefs. Texans are playing the Ravens at home. Chargers face off on the road against the Patriots. The Broncos face off on the road against the Bengals. And the Colts go on the road to take on the Giants. So this is what I love to do, right? I love to get these outlook for you guys and let you know what you're rooting for. Because, of course, at this point, we're always rooting for the Ravens, but a lot of these games have playoff implications for us. So we got to know who we're rooting for outside of the Ravens, okay? So obviously we want the Ravens to beat the Chiefs. Then you need the Chiefs to beat the Steelers, okay? That gives you, if those 2 things happen, all you got to do is win Sunday against Cincinnati and you lock up the AFC North and that 3 seed. You also would love for the Jets to beat the Bills. We'll talk about that more in just a little bit, okay? And then Chargers, Broncos, both lose. That one is one of those that doesn't have to happen, but it would be kind of like Matthew McConaughey says, a lot cooler if it did, okay? Still to come on today's show, I'm going to run down how Baltimore gets the number 2 seed in the AFC and locks down home field advantage for a good while. And then we're going to talk about on the back end also how Baltimore locks down that number 5 seed, because that could come up this weekend as well. Before we get into any of those things, I got to shout out the sponsor of today's video. It is our good friends over at Prize Picks, and you can make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks. It's the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Instead of 200 times your cash, This Christmas, it's now 1,000 times your cash. PrizePicks now offers also MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus because it's guaranteed. Join now because this holiday season, PrizePicks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Picksmas. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. Let's take a look at my picks going into tomorrow's game. Texans against the Baltimore Ravens. CJ Stroud, I've got the more on passing touchdowns. I also have the more on passing touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. CJ Stroud's is just 1, Lamar's is 2. Zay Flowers, this one's an interesting one. I like taking fun ones like this. 22.5 yards as his longest reception. I went ahead and said, you know what? He's a yak lord. I'm going to take the more on that as well. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks, run your game. Quick programming reminder for every single one of you guys watching. Ravens, Texans, watch party. I'll be live for it. We got a special extended pregame show starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time. You heard me right. That means we will be live for an hour and a half before the game starts. We go live for every single game. We've been doing it all season long. It is an absolute blast. So if you don't have a Netflix account or anything like that, you can come hang out with us on Ravens Rundown. We got pregame. We got during the game. We got postgame. We got it all. Come hang out then. So how do the Baltimore Ravens get the 2 seed? Well, first off, you need Baltimore to win out. You got to win every game the rest of the season. Okay? If you lose one of the games, 2 seed, bye-bye. It's gone. Okay? You also need Buffalo to lose out, which we'll show you their upcoming schedule in just a little bit. Not that favorable to happen. But crazier things have happened. So you need Baltimore to lose out. And then you also need Pittsburgh to lose one. If you win out and Buffalo loses out and Pittsburgh doesn't lose one, meaning they win out as well, they get this 2 seed, not you. Okay? So that's all that needs to happen if you want to get the 2 seed. Now, what happens if you want to get the 5 seed? All you got to do is win this weekend. That's it. You just got to win this weekend or you got to win week 18. One of the two. Because the 2 people behind you in the standings, you have head-to-heads on both of them. You're game up on them. So if they end up with a tied record, you beat them both. You got the 5 seed locked down, okay? Let's talk a little bit more about that 2 seed, though. Because the 2 upcoming games for Baltimore, they're favored to win both of them, but one of them is basically a coin flip. Tomorrow against the Texans. 51% chance to win that game. This is all from The Athletic as well. And then against the Cleveland Browns, Week 18, final game of the season. They're giving them a 74% chance to win that game against the Browns. Okay, so they're thinking they're going to beat the Browns. I'm thinking they're going to beat the Browns. If they don't beat the Browns, I might lose my mind. Okay, let's look at the Bills because their final 2 games are, I don't want to say easy, but they're pretty easy. Okay, they face the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. I think both of those teams combined have like 5 wins. So it's pretty ridiculous. But it happens. That's what happens when you play in the AFC East. It's pretty awful, okay? Weirdly enough, they only have a 34% chance to win the game against the Jets. I have no clue what that is. That's one of those things where I'm like, does The Athletic know something that the public doesn't? Because by all means, I'm expecting Buffalo to win that game. But they've got a 34% chance to win it, not a lot. Then they've got a 73% chance to beat the New England Patriots, a little bit higher. Okay, so if you take into account, if you think about it, they're probably going to win one of the 2 of those games. If I was a betting man, I would bet they probably win both of those games, but there's their odds to lose each of them. So what are your potential matchups? If you make it to the playoffs, no matter what seed, let's look at the matchups. If you're the 3 seed, you take on the Chargers as of right now. If it ended today, if you're the 3 seed, you would take on Los Angeles at home in the bank. You already beat them once, you beat them on the road, and you beat them pretty soundly. So I'd feel pretty good about that one, okay? If you get the 5 seed, take on the Texans on the road. exactly what you're about to go do tomorrow on Christmas Day. It would just be a rerun of December 25th, okay? Then if you're the 2 seed, if you get lucky enough and all that happens, you take on the Broncos at home. M&T Bank Stadium, Bo Nix and company coming into town, and that's a game you've already won as well, okay? You won that one at home as well. So, if you beat the Texans, all 3 of your potential matchups you've already beaten. Now, I don't know if that's something that helps the Ravens. I hear a lot of times how people are saying, it's hard to beat the same team twice. I don't care. You've already beaten them all. If you beat the Texans, you'll have beaten 2 of them on the road. I feel good about beating them at home. You have the better quarterback, in my opinion, than all 3 of those teams. So I'd feel pretty good about it. I want to hear from you guys, though. Who do you want to play in the playoffs? Is it any of those 3, okay? Of those 3, who do you want to most play? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Really do appreciate it. I hope you're having an awesome Christmas Eve with your family, with your friends, no matter who you're hanging out with. Glad you're hanging out with me right here on the channel. We'll get a video out to you tomorrow morning. We'll be live tomorrow afternoon. Come hang out with us then. I'll see y'all tomorrow.